Once upon a time, there was a young Zen monk named Kenshin. He was a bright and eager student, but he also had a very strong ego. He was always trying to prove himself to his master and the other monks, and he was often impatient and judgmental. One day, Kenshin's master called him aside. "Kenshin," he said, "I am sending you on a special mission. You are to go to the top of the highest mountain and spend 1 year in solitude. During this time, you are to meditate and reflect on your life and your practice." Kenshin was excited at first. He thought that this was a great opportunity to prove himself and to achieve enlightenment. But as he climbed the mountain, he began to have doubts. What if he couldn't handle it? What if he got lonely or scared? And what if he didn't achieve enlightenment after all? But Kenshin knew that he had to try. So he climbed to the top of the mountain and built himself a small hut. He stocked up on food and water, and then he began his meditation practice. At first, it was difficult. Kenshin was used to being surrounded by people and activity. But over time, he began to adjust to the solitude. He learned to enjoy the silence and the peace. He also began to learn more about himself. Kenshin realized that he had a lot of anger and resentment inside of him. He had been so focused on proving himself and achieving enlightenment that he had neglected his own needs and emotions. Kenshin began to work on healing his anger and resentment. He meditated on his past and tried to understand why he felt the way he did. He also forgave himself for his mistakes. After a few months, Kenshin began to feel a sense of inner peace and contentment. He realized that he didn't need to prove himself to anyone. He was already worthy and complete. One day, Kenshin was meditating when he had a sudden insight. He realized that he was not separate from the rest of the universe. He was part of everything, and everything was part of him. Kenshin had achieved enlightenment. After a year in solitude, Kenshin returned to his monastery. He was a changed man. He was more humble, compassionate, and understanding. He was also a much wiser teacher. Kenshin's story teaches us the importance of spending time alone with ourselves. When we are alone, we can quiet the noise of the outside world and listen to the voice of our inner selves. We can also reflect on our lives and our practice and identify areas where we need to grow. Spending time alone with ourselves can be challenging, but it is also essential for our personal growth and spiritual development. When we are alone, we can learn more about ourselves and our place in the world. We can also develop inner peace and contentment. Here are some of the benefits of spending time alone with yourself. Self-awareness. When we are alone, we have the opportunity to get to know ourselves better. We can reflect on our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. We can also identify our strengths and weaknesses. Self-acceptance. Spending time alone can help us to accept ourselves for who we are. We can learn to be more forgiving of our mistakes and to love ourselves unconditionally. Inner peace. When we are alone, we can quiet the noise of the outside world and connect with our inner selves. This can lead to a sense of inner peace and contentment. Creativity. Spending time alone can help us to be more creative. When we are not distracted by the outside world, we are free to let our minds wander and to explore new ideas. Spiritual growth. Spending time alone can also help us to grow spiritually. When we are alone, we have the opportunity to reflect on our values and beliefs. We can also connect with our higher selves. If you are new to spending time alone, it can be helpful to start with short periods of time. Even 15 minutes of solitude each day can make a difference. As you become more comfortable with spending time alone, you can gradually increase the amount of time you spend by yourself. Here are some tips for spending time alone. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. This could be your bedroom, a park, or a forest clearing. Turn off your phone and other electronic devices. This will help you to focus on yourself and your thoughts. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and relax your body. Bring your attention to your breath. This video was meant to teach you something and inspire you. If you liked it, please support my YouTube channel. You can do that by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate your support, and it helps me make more content like this for you. I upload new videos every day, so press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.